Heavyweight boxing fans, what's the deal? Go live here, man. See who gonna show up. See what y'all leave me in the chat. We'll just chop it up about anything right now concerning heavyweights. As y'all come in the building, man, hit that thumbs up button. Leave some questions. Just chop it up, man. Let's chop it up. Let's chop it up. See you guys popping in. Let's go ahead and get some questions rolling, man. Got a chance to watch that Wilder Brazil press conference again. Man, that one definitely gonna end by knockout. Demetrius Collins was good, man. That fight definitely gonna end by knockout. Then I got a chance to see some interviews from yesterday. Hopefully I'm not sure who's gonna be on the undercard of this. I don't know if they even put that out there yet, but hopefully they get some other heavyweight fights on here, man. You probably throw Adam Kownacki on here or something. You know what I mean? What's good, everybody popping in? I hope they throw some, but usually on the Wilder cards, though, they usually have some other heavyweights on there. Ortiz or, you know what I mean? So hopefully get Kownacki on there or something like that, man. I would really prefer him on there because I know he's come forward action type of fighter. Plus, he may be a Deontay Wilder opponent down the line. You never know. October 4th was good. AZ was good. So, man, I got a lot of people unsub for me. Or at least that's what they said. I didn't go and check the numbers, but that's what they were telling me. I got a lot of unhappy, I guess, former subscribers, man. They really pissed off that I'm not calling Deontay Wilder out, and Deontay Wilder dropped the ball with this deal. Let me give my quick opinion on it. Again, man, like I said, you have to separate being a fan and then looking at what they're doing for their best business decision. Okay? Anthony Joshua, right? To me, these situations are different. They're not the same. Why do I believe they're different? One guy came out and he said, give me this. Now, I know you guys will say, yeah, but he didn't mean it and he was being sarcastic. Okay, that's fine, man. But what he came out and said is, give me $50 million, I'll sign tomorrow. All right. If you don't believe it's real or not, okay, that's fine. See, the thing about this is we'll just be arguing after every sentence. You dig what I'm saying? But he asked for the 50. The 50 was presented to him. Whether you believe it was real or not, he didn't take it. He asked for something. It was, they presented it to him. That's different. I didn't hear Wilder say, hey, man, if y'all give me a 3-fight deal for $100 million or $120 million and there's 2 AJ fights, I'll take the fight. Now, if he had said that and then turned it down, then to me, that's the same type of situation. You ask for something, they present it to you, and then you turn it down for whatever reason. I believe the Hearns thought that it was crazy for AJ to even say that because they know that there's way more than that for their side to make. But I think for AJ, he just threw it out there, he just threw it out there just to see. And then when it was presented to him, I think he was kind of caught off guard by that. I don't think this situation is the same. Now, some of you going to say, but Mr. Boxing, it's $100 million. He's only reportedly made this much in his career. This is, 7 times, 8 times, 5 times more than he's ever. Look, man, that is a huge fight, right? That is a huge fight. If we're talking about the fan in me just wants the fight. To me, the fan is like, sign any deal. Let's just get the fight made. All right. But if you're looking at it from you can't look at it from the business point of for your guy. And then the guy that you don't like, you just don't look at the business for him. You can't do that, man. You can do what you want, but I don't think that's using logic and it's not fair. So the business of it, if Wilder beats Brazil like everybody expects he's going to, you never know what's going to happen, especially in the heavyweight division with the power. But let's say he takes care of Brazil, he fights Joshua, right? Now, if it was 40 for the first fight, 40 for the second fight. Now, guys, let's just use our logic here, okay? Regardless, and see, you have to take out what you think. That's what a lot of you guys do, and what you think somebody's worth. Okay, that's fine if you think that. But come on, guys, listen to me, man. If you were to fight somebody and he's perceived as the cash cow, cool. You beat him the first fight, right? Let's say Wilder, the reason why I think one of the reasons, at least they turned down the deal is, if I beat you the first fight for $40 million, why in the hell would I go into a rematch with you when I won the first fight? We went through all this craziness, negotiations, and I make the same money for the second fight, although I won the first fight. Does that really make sense to you guys? Example, okay? Evander Holyfield, when he fought Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson, especially around that time in the 90s, was viewed as the cash cow. Although Evander had some success on pay-per-view, fighting George Foreman, things of that nature. When he fought Riddick Bowe, he had some success himself, okay? All right. I know, but you can't compare him to Mike. I'm just showing you a situation, okay? Evander Holyfield, he beat Mike Tyson the first fight, classic fight. They had a rematch. Evander Holyfield made more than Mike Tyson in the rematch. I think Evander made like 38 or something like that, and I think Mike walked away with like 35 or 34 or something like that. You trying to tell me if you was running his career, you would set that type of deal up? Now, if you're just looking at just the 40 million, damn, it's my brother. I'm gonna call him back. Damn. Then hey, grab the money. But if again, we're looking at it as businessmen, okay? So, and I hate doing these type of videos like this because I'm just really a fan of the shit. But let's play businessmen, okay? I would tell you, looking at that, like, bro, I think that's a bad business move. But it's 8 times more than he's ever. Okay, bro, but you won the first fight. You should be able to dictate what happens in the rematch. That's usually what happens. Especially when you got guys of this magnitude. It's not like one guy is some fringe contender that just sparked the upset. Then you can say, okay, man, you know, you were like a fringe contender type. You got the upset victory. You're still more of the B side. You know, dude, these dudes are both undefeated. Wilder is the longest reigning current heavyweight title holder. That's a fact, regardless of if you think the competition wasn't good. Because what you think and your opinion about his opposition, it's not a fact. That's just opinions. But a fact is, what is he going on his 8th or 9th title defense? And he's undefeated? That's my view of it. And then also, they still didn't reveal anything. They were just saying that they're happy with what their situation is with Showtime right now. But I didn't hear nothing about they signed some 5 or 6 year deal, or you have to fight on Showtime or it's not going to happen. That's what AJ and their team was saying, that it has to happen on DAZN. Why does it have to happen on DAZN? Why can't it be a joint thing? It can't, I mean, at the push come to shove, it can't be like a joint project. I've seen HBO and Showtime, who were rivals for decades, they end up working together eventually to make big fights like Tyson and Lennox Lewis. And was it Pac-Man and Floyd? So I don't know, man. If I'm running somebody's career, to me, that's not smart business to take the same exact dollar amount that you received in the first fight and you won the first fight and you go into the second. That doesn't make sense to me. Now, if you're looking at it, if you're looking at this, like if a deal comes to you and you just look at it and look at the raw numbers, don't care about the back end, don't care about what the real number is that they can generate. And then I was heard an interview that they were saying that you know, Hearn and AJ or the DAZN guy, he didn't want to reveal how much they were making. Well, Wilder, now some of you say, well, stay out of his business. It's not your business. Okay, that's a way of looking at it. But what's also another way of looking at it is saying, well, you need to gauge how much this fight is worth. You just trying to see how much they're getting. It's negotiations. If they don't want to reveal that to you, then to me, that's putting up barriers a little bit. We're trying to get it done. What do you mean you're not going to reveal how much you're going to make? I thought we were both sitting down and trying to get this negotiated. See, if I'm sitting in those business meetings, this is how I'm approaching it for my guy. I'm not just going to look at a number and say, oh, is that much? Okay, great, cool. No, man, we're going to do some, let's read between the lines and let's try to figure this out. Ain't that what Joshua was saying when the 50 mil was presented to him? He said there was devils in the details. So there were some details that he didn't like, right? According to him, right? Well, in this situation, there's some details there that we're not really liking. And to me, from just what I see, is that 40 million then 40 million thing. That just doesn't make sense. And on top of all this, people act as if, or a lot of fans are acting as if like this is it. He didn't take this DAZN. You know, he's not trying to sign with DAZN. You don't need to sign with DAZN to make the fight. That's just for one. DAZN's trying to lock him in to, get DAZN bigger. But another thing is they still got fights scheduled. Like that's the whole thing. It's not like, oh, this ain't gonna happen. All right, well, let's go to plan B. No, you still got fights scheduled. And this ain't it. This ain't like, okay, they're gonna offer this, and if he don't take it, all right, the fight's off. Fuck it. It's blown up. No, they first of all, they still got fights scheduled May 18th and June 1st. And the Wilder in Brazil fight is even what 2 weeks before the Joshua fight. So Wilder can win on May 18th and get right back to negotiating tables, probably a few days or a couple days before, or maybe a week before AJ fights Big Baby, and come right back to the table and get it going again. We still have time to maneuver and come back with new offers. But that's what I hate about this whole he didn't accept the offer. Well, maybe there was something in the offer that they didn't like. It's not all about the dollar amount. Now, some of you gonna say this is prize fighting. It's always about, okay, but then there's other, stipulations too, man. Let's see what y'all talking about. But that's my opinion on that. Now, and yes, I want to see the fight. Like, geez, how many more times I gotta say I want to see the fight? Been saying it for 3 years, y'all. Like, yes, I want to see the fight. Again, we got to separate. If you want to have a businessman conversation, then we'll have a businessman conversation. But if you want to have a fan conversation, then we'll talk as fans as far as just wanting the fights. But you can't use the business talk when it benefits you and the guy that you're rooting for, and the guy you're not rooting for. He should take whatever is 3 times or 8 times as much as he's ever made. He shouldn't want to sit down and look through anything. Just take the deal. Like, come on, man, that doesn't make any sense on a business tip. That's an ABC way of thinking of shit, man. To me. All right, let me get to y'all's comments, man. Appreciate y'all showing up. Let me see here. Black Ham TV was good, man. Y'all hit that like button. Tyrone Smith, what's up? Mark Stanton says, so Wilder Fury 2 looking likely again on pay-per-view. I would still like to see that fight as well. October 4th, Mr. Boxing. How's it going, brother? What's good, man? AZ. Man, Poby says, what's good, my G? L-File Player, what's up? AZ says, Kownacki is rumored to be on other card in June. Okay, shit. Hey, man, whatever, if he's on that card, that's great. You know what I mean? Or if he's on another card in June, that's cool. Ike Oyegun says, who in your opinion are the top 10 heavyweight trainers? You talking about of all time or currently? Emmanuel Stewart is probably my favorite trainer. Emmanuel Stewart, Stacey McKinley. There's quite a few, man. There's quite a few of them. Mark Stanton says, you have to admire Wilder's integrity and class for sticking to his principles. Yeah, and and like I said, they really didn't disclose anything as far as any numbers or details. And people, I see it. Well, I'm not gonna say, but a lot of fans are saying, "Oh, he's gonna make 1.5 million to fight Brazil." He. It's like, well, okay, you can make jokes, but we don't know how much he's gonna make. I don't know how much he's gonna make. How do you like? I haven't seen any numbers, no reports, no nothing. But their team feels comfortable with the business they have with Showtime. And I damn sure if Showtime is, well, I know Showtime is going to offer him the same dollar amount if they're trying to put together the AJ fight and he was to win the first fight. I know they wouldn't dare try to offer him the same dollar amount going into the rematch. Let me see. AZ says, I'm not mad. You are not calling Wilder a duck. I know that he is one now. That's what's up. And that's, hey, I'm not here to change anybody's mind. If I'm gonna get to all these comments, but if you're not agreeing with what I said, or you're like, nah, I think you're thinking, the way you're thinking is flawed, that's great. But if I'm a businessman, I'm sticking to that business sense going into negotiations with the other side. Haplotype 0, what's good, man? Rashid Sundiata says the DAZN heads are angry that their $9.99 subscription won't get them the Wilder Joshua fight. That won't pay for the commentary. Let me see. Oh shit, I just lost it. Damn. Oh shit, I forgot where I was. October 4th. Hold on. He says these guys on subbing don't realize you are a fight breakdown guy. I think most people come here to hear your take on the technical parts rather than the politics. It's what I love about your channel. Yeah, but October 4th, I get a lot of questions because a lot of people, I'm American, African American, right? So obviously the first thing they think is, well, you're sticking up, for him because you're African American, so on and so forth, right? Yes, I'm going to support him. You dig what I'm saying? I'm going to support the guy. Whenever I thought that he should have done something else with his career, I'll put those videos out. But I'm not going to go out of my way to try to, soothe the ears to somebody to put this dude down just because they don't like him. There's a lot of people who just don't like the dude for whatever reason, because he fights bums or because they don't like his attitude or whatever it is. There's a lot of people out there just hate the dude. So they want to gravitate towards people that will talk shit about him and are looking for anything, even if he wins the fight, looking for anything negative, build off that, and then build views off of it and go on from there. I know the formula on here. I know the formula. These type of formulas on YouTube have been around forever. When the Mayweather Pacquiao thing, there were guys building their channels, getting 20, 30,000 subs off of just going on that topic and just finding and nitpicking and making these crazy titles and you know what I mean on their, and that's cool. Do what you got to do to get your view count up. I do like the technical part, but a lot of fans sometimes, for whatever reason, think I'm trying to hide how I feel about the political stuff. So I like to do a video or two here or there talking about it. I've probably done about 3 or 4 in the last couple weeks or whatever. But for me, that's a lot. I know some people, they'll make 3 or 4 videos a day talking about it. And that's cool too. Do what you do. But yeah, I'm more of a technical breakdown person. But been watching the sport for a long time, man. So I've seen, what deals were taken, what deals were not taken. So I do have an opinion on it. I just don't think my opinion is like, oh, okay, yeah, it is what it is. Just like your opinion is what it is. Because at the end of the day, they're gonna do what they want to do. And when the fight's made, I'm more like, hey man, when the fight's made, let me know. Then I want to break down styles and go from there. Let me see here. James Holmes says Mr. Box and AJ couldn't accept because they are in contract with Sky, and Frank Warren was proving the funds based on the fight being on BT. I don't know how to pronounce this guy's name. Oyasin says they didn't even try to negotiate. I don't know what that means, bro. Who didn't try to negotiate? Wilder didn't try to negotiate. If you mean Wilder didn't try to negotiate, how do you know? How do you know they didn't try to negotiate? Were you there? Was somebody in negotiations? Did they tell you what happened? And like, what do you mean they didn't try to negotiate? I heard they had sit down meetings. So you mean they went there, listened, didn't say a word, got up, and then walked out the meeting? They didn't present their side. They didn't look over the numbers and say, hey, this, circle it and say, hey, this right here is what, we need to try to figure out. We need to balance this out a little bit more. So they didn't do anything, just went there, listened, and then left. I mean, possibly, but what I'm asking you is, where did you get that information from? Because a lot of us fans, man, we're in this comment section sometimes as if like we're like flies on the wall in those negotiations. Renee Saucedo says, greetings from New Mexico. Grandmaster Flash says, anything is worth what someone else is prepared to pay for. That applies to anything. Yeah, man, you're worth what you negotiate. Like, for instance, a lot of you guys know I own a little cleaning company, right? That's like me, and this happened plenty of times. I'm trying to give a round figure. Let's say there's a job, they want to have a crew come out and they need some carpets cleaned in a big office, right? And I say, okay, $1,000 for this whole facility. All right, $1,000. All right. What if, the most I've ever made on a job before is $300, but they came with $1,000 off the rip. Am I supposed to say, hey, man, that's 3 times as much I've ever made? No, I'm going to say, okay, in my head, like, okay, 1,000's cool. I would have took 3, but 1,000 cool. But that lets me know that there's, some more out there to be made. Uh, so let me throw up another price and let's start negotiating. Just because somebody offers you something, and then plus, what if you also know that this job is worth more than that, even though they threw that number out and it's 3 times as much as I've ever made? But when I look at this building and look at, how big these rooms are in here to clean these carpets, this is worth way more than 1,000. Thanks for offering that. That's 3 times as much as I've ever made, but this is worth way more than that. This is more like 3,000. And I've made the mistake sometimes of underbidding myself because it was so much more than I've ever made for a specific job. Or, man, I never made this much doing this square feet of carpet before, so let me just accept this. I've done that before. And then during the middle of the job, I'm looking around, looking at my crew work like, damn, we could have made fucking another, $300-$400. Then there's been times where it worked out my way. And I know a lot of you going to say, but this doesn't apply. But no, man, it's just about negotiating, man. And not just settling for something because it's 3 times as much as you've ever made. You can't go into negotiations like you're some lucky fringe contender that's just happy to get, money thrown at you. Like, no, man, why would he approach it like that? Let me see here. Graham, okay. Oh, you're saying, I'm sorry I'm chopping up your name, man, but you say, so what you are saying makes no sense. They didn't try to make the deal better. They just don't want the fight. But how do you know they don't want the fight? And they still, look, brother, they still have fights scheduled. Like, this doesn't mean like, okay, it's off the table now. Because after May 18th, what do you think us fans are going to be talking about? Getting that Adam Kownacki fight? Getting that, Oscar Rivas fight? No, we're going to be talking about still getting the AJ fight. And what are we going to have to do? We're going to have to wait anyways another few weeks for what to happen? For AJ to fight Miller. We still have time. It's not like, okay, it's over with now. It's blown up. Let's move on. Well, you got to move on anyways to some degree because you got fucking fight scheduled. How do you know they don't want the fight? Because they didn't just accept what was thrown at them? Is that what's giving you that assumption, brother? If that is, then hey, man, I'm not here to change your mind. That's what you feel. That's what you feel. You can leave it in the comment section. But I don't agree with that. L-File Player says, very good point. Mark Stan says, we will get Wilder Fury 2 first, which I prefer anyways. Winner will fight AJ at 50-50 because he will be combined lineal and WBC champion. That will be true. Ike says, enough of the AJ Wilder soap opera. Are you going to do a breakdown on the Wilder Brazil fight? Certainly. Certainly. CB Sports TV was good, man. October 4th says, a fight fan. I wish Wilder would accept being the B-side and make the fight for less than 50-50. But as a businessman, Wilder should try to get as much as he can against the money man AJ. This is my opinion on this, man. I think Joshua is more of the A-side in the UK, but over here, Wilder is more well-known than him. And I think Wilder can make an argument for him being the A-side over here, or being, if at least 50-50. Because he proved the value of what he's worth and what type of fight he brings to the table when he brung Fury over here. But yes, as a boxing fan, see, that's why I say as a boxing fan, man, just take whatever. I want the fight next. You know what I mean? Like right now. James Coleman, what's good, man? He says, yo, Mr. Boxing, what's good? He says, what's good with the boxing gospel, bro? Oh, just, answering these few questions, man, because I got a lot of people saying they unsub, which is fine. I didn't beg nobody to stay and say no. I just, looked at the message. Okay, cool. Go ahead and unsub. Because they're trying to make this situation to me the same thing as AJ turning down a 50, something that he asked for. Wilder did not ask for a 100 million 3-fight deal. It was just presented to him. So if that's the same, then I guess, but to me, it's not the same. BFTB, what's good, brother? He says, heavyweight boxing talk king. Appreciate that, man. Brenula says, what's good, Mr. Box today, too? It sounds like DAZN was trying to pay Wilder step aside money disguised as a 3-fight deal. So what you saying is they were trying to make way for AJ to have some other fights and then prolong it? New Day says, Wilder lost to Fury. Nah, what I know is it was a draw. And that's another thing, man. Fans, we cannot just paint. I mean, well, you can do what you want to do, but to me, I don't think it's prudent to just come up with your own facts, man. It was a draw. I know that you believe that he won the fight. No, I believe it was a draw. My post-fight breakdown of it, I scored it a draw. You thought he lost? Okay, cool. The facts are it's a draw. And the fact is, when I scored it, for my opinion of the fight, I thought it was a draw. Let me see. What's this guy's name? Fucking Weasel. He says, a fact is, here we go with another fact. Okay, he says, fact is, his opposition has not been top class. That is an absolute fact. Okay, so you put absolute, so that really makes it a fact. Okay, bro, if you don't think Ortiz and Fury's top class, that's cool. I can't, if that's your assumption, I don't even want to, I'm past arguing if Fury and Ortiz are top fighters. There's no way in the world I'm going to have a debate about that. To me, that's just no-brainer type shit. You dig what I'm saying? That's like turning on the TV and saying, hey, is Kevin Durant one of the top players in the league? Let's debate it. Like, I mean, are we really about to sit here and debate that? You dig what I mean? Like, so I feel the same way about this. I'm not about to get in type of no debating if Fury and Ortiz are top guys. Man, stop playing. James Coleman says he lost to Fury in terms of what? Yeah, I mean, Triple H 1200 says, hard to say. DAZN is an app. Even Canelo has set purses, and he is proven 1 million pay-per-view seller. Only thing I can see is a joint DAZN Showtime if it's about pay-per-view numbers. Laugh out loud. Hey, Triple H 1200, man. Nah, never mind. Lewis Hinton was good. Mark Satin says DAZN wanted Wilder to boost subscriptions, but D-Head Hearn, with his complete lack of class and respect, burned that bridge long ago. And that's what I heard Wilder and them said, hey, man, we're not going to burn any bridges, man. Yo, Wilder had me cracking. I watched a few interviews today, man. Wilder had me cracking up with some of his sound bites, man. What did he say? Was it Fight Hype? It was somebody interviewing him. Well, first of all, the presser, him saying he gonna punch what do you say? He gonna grab Brazil's brain and rip it through his head like Mortal Kombat. I thought that was pretty funny. What else did he say that was pretty funny? I think it was with Fight Hype, and somebody was asking him about his skills, and Wilder was like, he's like, yeah, man, I got a dangerous skill. He's like, I got the skills. He said, I got the skill that knock your ass out. The knock your ass out skill. Yeah, that's what he said. I got the knock your ass out skill. And to me, that is a skill. I know some people know we're talking about the footwork and, glove placement and the way he rolls and ducks under shots and that. Okay, but to me, it's also a skill to have the ability to knock people the fuck out. Let me see here. New Day says Wilder will leave boxing soon. Already lost to Fury. Oh boy. But he didn't lose to Fury though, bro. When I look at his record, okay, I'm not even gonna go there. He says already lost to Fury. That's why he was begging for a rematch. He won't want smoke with all these up and coming heavyweights and cruisers coming up. Well, one thing I do agree with you, not the way you said it, but I do agree with you though, is there's a lot of up and coming talent. You guys see me cover them pretty much all the time. There's a lot of, man, not just Wilder, AJ, everybody else, even the guys that are up here competing for titles like the Brazils and the Millers and the Dillian Whites, everybody, Luis Ortiz, everybody needs to be on the lookout for these up and coming dudes. Dubois, Herkovic, and the list goes on and on. I want you guys know there's a lot of guys out there. So there's a lot of good up and coming talent that everybody needs to be worried about. All right. But I thought he wanted the rematch because it was a draw. See, just like Lennox and Holyfield fought immediately after their first fight. The same calendar year, 1999. They fought the same year. Lennox could have walked away and said, you know what? I'm not going to rematch because everybody knows I won. So I'm going to walk, even though it says draw on our records, on me and you both, Holyfield, I'm just going to walk away from this because everybody know I won. No, Lennox said, no, hold up, man, we got to run this shit back. I want mine. And Evander wanted it back too. They both wanted it back, regardless of who the fans or majority or this commentator or this former fighter said or whoever. Fighters don't like draws like that. You shouldn't. Only person that like a draw is promoters because they know there's money in what? The rematch. Don King used to always say there's money. The money's in the rematch. The money's in the rematch, baby. Like, we know that. S313 says Wilder versus Klitschko next. Shelly is lining it up. Hey, man, I'm gonna go do some research on that. I've seen a few channels. Shout out to Corey Lee Boxing. I seen him make a video on it, and I seen a lot of comments talking about it, man. So I haven't seen anything about it yet, but I'm gonna definitely go research it and see what's going on, and probably try to pump out a video next couple days here about that. But yeah, I remember when. Now I've heard Klitschko's name come up, not necessarily for Wilder, but just come up with Dillian Whyte first. That was a few weeks ago, just like some rumors out there, and then something with about Klitschko and DAZN. I just seen little rumors, but I never really read into them because I didn't hear nothing straight from Klitschko. You know what I mean? Grandmaster Flash says Team AJ and Team Wilder can both be criticized. I don't think either team is desperate to have the fight ASAP. No, I don't think either side's desperate because they know that they can go other routes for right now. Why? Because there's some contenders out there that they can fight that a lot of us hardcores know, and I think the casual fans are drawn to guys like AJ and Wilder. They just need somebody to sell the fight with. The fight won't be as big as them fighting each other. AJ can fight Fury, and it'll be huge, especially in the UK. But yeah, there's some other guys out there for them to knock off right now. But we can't keep this shit up for long. AZ says Wilder's 34. He's getting old and turned down multiple offers. He's the only one to blame. We don't have undisputed yet. That's a fact. That's your fact. And if that's what you believe, that's cool. CB Sports TV says Richard Schaefer already stated this fight is at least 120 to 130 million at the least. New Day says Wilder won't want Clit. He ducked him from 2013 to 2015. Maybe he'll want to fight him now. Clit is late 40s. Okay, I don't remember him ducking Vladimir Klitschko in 2013. I don't even, and I was doing videos then, bro. I don't even remember. I know back around that time, I know the David Haye fight. Well, no, I think the David Haye fight was a couple years before that. But it was all about guys like David Haye, Povetkin. Those were the top guys around then. Wilder was not up there, bro. And I was covering this. I'm not lying to you. I'm not trying to make it sound good. And around 2013, Bryant Jennings was looked at as the best heavyweight in America. I remember keeping up on this, bro. Like, I'm not lying to you. It's on my old channel. That channel's not up yet. If you don't believe me, that's fine. But people that's been rocking with me will say, hey, he was talking about this shit. He was not viewed as a guy that should be getting a title shot by Klitschko. He wasn't. It was Bryant Jennings looked at as the top heavyweight. You had guys like Perez, You had guys like that. Stavern, Areola, it was those guys. All right. 2014, Wilder was still making his way up the ranks. He was put in WBC elimination fights. All right. He was put in and Vladimir wasn't even, so he was only in the WBC sanctioned body. He was trying to get, I know around them times, he's trying to get a Chisora fight. Wilder ended up getting into some trouble. Some shit happened in Vegas, allegedly. So he couldn't get over it. They didn't want him to leave the country. I think that was it. They didn't want him to leave the country. This was years ago, man. But I think they want him to leave the country because he got into that trouble. All right. So that's why that Chisora fight didn't happen back in the day. Then he was thrown in WBC elimination bouts, but he had to wait his turn. That's why Stavern and Areola did their thing. I'm just trying to break down this whole ducking him because he didn't. So let me just get through the 2015 real quick when Vladimir lost. All right. He got put in elimination fights. Jennings and Perez was on the other side in their elimination fights. Wilder became the mandatory. Jennings became the second mandatory. Wilder never faced Jennings because Jennings went on to, he went the Vladimir Klitschko route, which I applauded at that time because I thought whoever had that WBC strap back then was viewed as more as the paper champ because Vlad had been reigning for a decade. He was the real champ regardless of that WBC title. I've stayed consistent on that one. Now, fast forward, Wilder has defended the motherfucker 8, 9 times or going on his 9th or whatever it is. But back then I was like, the winner of that is just the title holder. The champ is Klitschko. All right. Klitschko and Jennings start their negotiations November 2014. This when Jennings said, fuck my mandatory for the WBC. I'm going to fight Klitschko. They started negotiating 2014, November. They made their fight official. So you guys can look it up. It was either a few days before Wilder beat Stavern or it was a few days after he beat Stavern. I just can't remember. But they made that Jennings-Klitschko fight official around the time that Stavern Wilder either was over or right before it happened. They made it for 2015 of April. That's when Klitschko and Jennings fought. Yes, I know Shelly Finkel came out and said he's just a baby because Shelly Finkel's trying to get him some title defenses, some experience. Shelly's talking like that. That never came. Wilder never said, hey, I'm just a baby, y'all. No, do you know what actually happened? And I actually got on Wilder for it. Wilder had came out and said, and I remember I made a video about it and I got attacked by a lot of people that was supporting Wilder. But I said that because Wilder came out and said that the fight has to be here in America. Like he was trying to call the shots. And I'm like, damn, bro, like you just won this title, man. Like, you're clearly the guy that, that will be dictated to. That's how I was looking at it. Like, bro, you just won this strap against Stavern. You made no title defenses. I don't think you can really call the shots right now with Klitschko. So if Klitschko wanted you to come to Germany, then I guess you'll be flying to Germany. All right. But we never got that far because Klitschko, he beat Jennings in April at the post-fight presser. Immediately after the Jennings fight, they're asking him questions. He said Tyson Fury's next. He's the with the WBO he was the mandatory for. He deserved this shot. I'm fighting him next. After I beat him, because everybody just thought he'll beat Fury, he said the Wilder fight will be 2016. So when did he have time to duck him? I'm confused. It was Pulev got his title shot in 2014 for the IBF. Wilder wasn't in the IBF rankings. When did he duck him? I'm confused. Let me see here. Renee Saucedo says, if Deontay and Joshua win their next fights, they have to fight each other. Yes, man. They really do, because this is getting just exhausting. Plus, I want undisputed, man. We haven't had an undisputed champion at heavyweight since 1999. That is a long fucking time. That was my first year of college, man. Like, that was a long time ago. A long time ago. Like, we definitely need one. New Day says you're making a lot of excuses for your boy Wilder. No, bro, I'm explaining. Like, you're asking me a question, so I'm coming back with a response. That's like me saying, because you want to know, you bringing questions to me. So that's like me saying that you're making excuses. We're having dialogue, bro. But if you think they're excuses, that's fine. It is what it is. Ike says Wilder duck. That's obvious. Even Ray Charles can see if they letting the fight marinate. But bro, it's not like it's blown up. They still have fights scheduled in May and June. We still have time to negotiate. I didn't hear AJ say, all right, well, after the Miller fight, I'm just going to fight Pulev. He hasn't like came out and made that official. And I don't think it's a good business. Well, I've already gave my side, man, so I'm not going to keep repeating myself. But if that's what you think, bro, that's cool. I'm not here to change nobody's mind. Let me see here. Mark Blake, what's good, man? AZ says, why you support marinating? We are boxing fans. We should pressure Wilder to take this fight now, not next year. Who said I wanted it next year, bro? See, now what you're doing, bro, you're just putting words in my mouth, man. It's one thing to disagree with me, fam, but don't put words in my mouth. I didn't say let's wait till next year. What I said was these offers that got brought are not good enough according to Wilder and his team. We still have time to negotiate because they still have fights scheduled that they haven't even fought yet. Meaning, so after May and June, you can still negotiate in June. Or DAZN can come back with another offer after they look at how Wilder looks with the Brazil situation, if that's what they want to do. Or if they want to sit down with Showtime. We still have time, bruh. I didn't say, okay, after he beats Brazil, he needs to just fight Kownacki. No, I didn't say he needs to fight anybody after, what's my man's name? Dominic Brazil. The person I still want him to fight after Dominic is, if it's AJ, I mean, I hate disrespecting Miller in Brazil like this, man, because you just never know what'll happen. But if these guys win their fights, I still want them to fight each other. What I'm saying is they still have time to sit back down and get a deal made. Please don't put words in my mouth, bro. Like, it's okay to disagree with me and have different opinions, and that's fine. But don't put words in my mouth, though. I didn't say I want it next year. No, I wanted it 3 years ago. I've been wanting this fight forever. And no, I don't support marinating. What I'm supporting is coming back and doing some more negotiations to get to the bottom of it. New Day says, AZ, he's catering for the LDBC. That makes no sense. See, once again, oh man, once again, bro, you have no clue what you're talking about. How can I cater to somebody that I've been friends with and cool with before they made the LDBC? I've been cool with them brothers and I've been, oh man, I say this like every damn live stream. Y'all ask me this. Like, I was cool with been cool with blood boxing for damn near 11, 12 years, 78 Sports TV, Black Fight Fan, Town Business, before the LDBC was made. Then once it was made, it was like, oh, okay, cool. That's what's up. And then we, you know, we still cool. Still rep the LDBC. I mean, so what are you trying to say? Makes no sense at all, man. Let me see here. Triple H says, bottom line, they are trying to milk people for Floyd Mayweather and Manny too. I'll be streaming when they fight, not $100 on my credit card. That's what's up. James Coleman says, who's making excuses? I'm asking questions. James Coleman says, you making excuses for Wilder. AZ says, I'm sorry, but I must have called this as it is, a duck from Wilder. And that's cool, AZ. That's what's up, bro. If that's what you feel, hey. Arthur Max says, what's happening, brothers? Okay, New Day says, I'm catering for the LDBC fans. I don't even know what that means. L-File Player says, or does that mean he's catering to African Americans? Is that what you're trying to say? Just say that, bro. I'm sorry to take it there, man, but some of y'all try to have slick wordplay. You dig what I'm saying? And I catch all that shit. So just say what it is you're really trying to say. He's trying to cater to African Americans. Just say that. That's cool. L-File Player says, AZ, how about saying the same for Joshua being pressured into a fight? And that's one thing, L-File Player. My thing is, he's being biased towards Wilder, but then they'll go hang out at channels that are clearly being biased towards AJ. So I mean, so what are we saying here? You guys are asking me business questions, bro. So I'm gonna come with a business answer. You can't ask me a business related question and then I come in with my fan thinking cap on. Just like if you ask me something as a fan, hey man, style breakdown. I'm not gonna do a style breakdown and throw pay-per-view numbers at you. You know what I'm saying? If you want to have a dialogue about one type of topic, then let's dialogue on that. But you can't have me, but I can't go into that type of dialogue with my fans thinking cap on, trying to talk the business side of it. So if you want to talk some fan shit, then yeah, let's talk the fan way. But if you want to have these business discussions, then I'm gonna throw on my business cap and then let's talk like businessmen. Let me see here. AZ says, nah, Mr. Box today is a cool guy, even if I don't agree with him on this one. And that's what's up, man. We can agree to disagree. People been following me for years, bro. Like my content. We just don't agree about the Wilder, just like we didn't agree about Wilder and Whyte back then. That's cool, man. You know what I'm saying? But you're gonna unsub because you know, that's kind of corny, man. But it is what it is. I can't, you know, control anybody listening to me or not. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. Brand new list says casual boxing fans quit pocket watching. Black Fight Promotion says he definitely wouldn't be making 20 mil for Brazil though. Tall Short One says Kownacki needs to fight Joyce. That'd be a good come forward barn burner, man. You have a come forward headhunter in Joe Joyce versus a come forward body puncher in Adam Kownacki. God damn. Please sign me up for that one. You know what I mean? Sign me up for that one. Arel HL says, what are Brazil's keys to victory against Wilder? Pressure, body punching, physicality, and make it a mid-range fight. I think if he tries to fight a long-range fight, to me, he just cannot get out the way of getting punched in the face, man. It's just his style. It's, you know, it's got him this far. I don't see him being a defensive specialist, even with a guy like Virgil Hunter in his corner who teaches patience and timing and defense. Maybe he can adjust Brazil's timing a little bit, maybe take a half step back. If he's in long range, be completely out of range. It may either be completely out of range or completely up close with Wilder if I'm Brazil. But don't just be in that sweet spot. And they both have long ass arms, but just don't be in that sweet spot, man. But Brazil has some heavy artillery. You know what I mean? But I think he needs to press Wilder, get physical with him, man. Make it a kind of a sloppy fight, you know, where they're, you know, grabbing and holding and breathing and slobbering on each other. You know what I mean? It's as far as being physical and just being rough and, you know what I mean, shoulder to shoulder, pushing, you know, the ref got to break them up a few times. Like, make it that type of fight. Make it a grueling fight. Try to wear Wilder out. Try to wear him out, man. And see if you can press him on the ropes. Try to do something different instead of just, because we know just sitting on the outside and waiting for him to line you up with a right hand usually means, especially in the fights that I've seen him fight, you're going to get put on the seat of your pants. And there's a good possibility you might not get up. So instead of trying to just, you know, roll the dice with that one, I would be trying to get in close and make it physical if I was Brazil. David Moran says, hey, man, just turned up. You always killing it, man. I appreciate that. Mia Dan says, I just hope you are not making stupid excuses for Wilder. That'd be for you to decipher, bro. If you think I am, cool. If you think I'm not, cool. Let me see. AZ says, Areola is rumored for Kownacki's. What do you think? That'd be a war. I think that'd be a war. I'm a favor Adam because he doesn't have as much wear and tear. Although, man, for him to not have that many fights, he has certainly put on some wars that he has had. You know what I mean? Because even a guy like Lazo Kiladze was piecing him up and making him bleed, but he was able to steamroll him. You know what I mean? His last fight with Charles Martin, you know, he ran over Spilka. You know, so I think it's going to be a good, entertaining fight. You know, not Wilder, but Areola, he kind of replenished, you know, his career a little bit with this win over JP Augustine. I know Augustine wasn't a top prospect, but he still was 17-0. He still was coming to try to win. But Ariola was able to get him out of there. Ariola was getting tagged in that fight too. He was getting hit flush with some good left hands, man, but he was walking through him. He kind of had like another Seth Mitchell moment, you know what I mean? So uh, definitely won't count him out, but I think Adam right now is just fresher of the two. And I think the first few rounds gonna be very interesting, but I think as time goes on, this may look a lot like Curtis Harper versus Ariola. It may look a lot like that. Corey Lee Boxing, what's good, bro? He said, okay, Chill Boss says, why negotiate with amateurs? Okay, that's what's up. Corey Lee Boxing says, I think Wilder made the right decision. Richard said Joshua versus Wilder worth 130 million at least. Now when he did the numbers. That's what I'm saying, bro. That's one of the things that I said, but people think that's making excuses. So AZ says Wilder is only thinking about money. What about Undisputed? Fans care about that. This marinating crap from Finkel is whack. But AZ, you do understand though, bro, they still have fights scheduled anyways in May and June, and they can still come back to the table. And what makes it even more sweet about this, Wilder fights 2 weeks before Joshua. So Joshua still isn't going to be, or still will be waiting to fight. You know what I mean? So it's not like Joshua fights over with, he's going to be looking somewhere else. No, their fights still have to take place. So you still have that little time gap to where they can come back to the table with something better. Like, bro, I think you're more looking at it like, up, it's blown up. It's not going to happen. Let's just move on. Fuck it. They didn't accept that deal. He's not going to fight. Well, bro, they still have fights scheduled and they still have time to, I don't know, man. Maybe I'm not explaining it the right way. I don't know. Or maybe you're just hell bent on thinking, nope, this just is bad news for me. And you don't like it. And that's fine if that's what you think. All right. My man Cali Enigma says, and Joshua isn't. Okay, he's talking to AZ. What's good, Cali, though? Rise Clock 222. What's good, fam? He says, what's up, bro? Oh, chilling, man. Talking about the business. This probably my last business one, man. I really 99% of the time I'm doing video. You guys know what type of video I like to do. I'm gonna get back to that, but sometimes I like to do these videos just, I'm not a damn robot, man. Of course I have opinions about everything in boxing, even the business side, but I don't like to do it a lot and I rarely do it. But I want to put a few vids out here these last couple of days because a lot of fans think that I'm like avoiding this and I'm scared to speak about it. That lets me know that they're new to my channel because I've never been scared to speak about anything on here when it pertains to boxing. That's why I have a boxing channel, so, but anyways, just, it's always good to give my opinion, whether you guys agree with it or not. I'm not putting it out there to see, I'm not throwing the fish line out there to see who's going to agree. I'm just throwing it out there because you guys are asking me. Probably not specifically you, but I get a lot of comments and questions about, well, what do you think about this? Oh, you're not going to do a video, tisk, all that type of shit. Oh, and Callie, hey Callie, I catch you every morning, man, because you right in that your live stream comes on right in that sweet spot for me in the morning time because I'm up early and it's like perfect. You know what I mean? So definitely appreciate your content, man. And I kind of learned it from you and BFTB, man. I like you guys set up because you guys actually allow the UK guys to come on and speak their piece. And I want to do that as well. I just don't know how to do it on my phone, man. Because I want some of you guys to come on and chop it up with me. You dig what I'm saying? We can talk about this. Not just this AJ Wilder thing, but just all the heavyweight fights. But I want to get into that too, man, where I'm bringing guests on, even guys with opposing opinions, not necessarily guys going to agree with me, but just people with opposing opinions and we can chop it up. You know what I mean? Let me see here. CB Sports TV says, at Corey Lee Boxing, thank you. These fools have never done a deal in their life. Mia Dan says Wilder could have fought Brazil on DAZN for 20 mil. Now he is fighting the same guy on Sky for peanuts, not even pay-per-view. Hold on, he's fighting on Sky? Oh, I didn't know the fight was on Sky over there, but okay, it's Showtime over here. But Yeah, I think they know that that fight isn't really pay-per-view worth. At least that's what Wilder was saying. He don't think it's pay-per-view worthy. But to me, whatever deal that they're being offered, Mia Dan, we don't know like the details, bro. Or do you know how much he's getting paid? You say peanuts. Okay, cool. You use the term peanuts. Cool. What price, how much, what dollar amount is peanuts to you? So just are you just throwing the word peanuts out there, not really know how much he's making at all? And it's not even on pay-per-view. Well, I don't think that fight's pay-per-view worthy, to be honest with you. To me, that's just like a world championship boxing night. You know what I mean? That's not pay-per-view worthy. Uh, and I'm sure more people will watch it if it's not pay-per-view, and they'll pay Wilder. They'll give them the money that they sit down and negotiate. You dig what I'm saying? So every fight doesn't have to now it's like fights want the fight. Now it's like fans want the fight on pay-per-view. Like this is like we're guys, we are arguing that the fight's not on pay-per-view. Fight fans, come on, y'all. Like to me, I'm happy the shit ain't on pay-per-view. Hopefully they can sit down and if Wilder and AJ win their fights and they fight, this won't happen because the fight's too big. It's just way too big. But shit, I'm thinking hopefully they can get some sponsors, just go ahead and pay them up front and they can have that fight on just, you know what I mean, regular TV. On Fox, that thing will get, whew. But that won't happen because there's too much money on the table. But I don't want to pay for no damn pay-per-views, man. Let me see here. Hey man, y'all know what's funny? I'm gonna get back to the questions. I was just thinking about this whole, the business side of boxing. You guys remember playing Fight Night round, was it round 2 or round 3? Remember when you used to go career mode? And once you go career mode, you can start picking your fights as you move up the ranks. And what they would do is they'll present you like 2 or 3 fights, and they'll say, okay, if you take this fight against, Billy Badass Johnson, they have the made up names on there. You get $1 million, move up the rankings or whatever. Then your second option to be another guy. He isn't as highly ranked, but you'll make way more money for this one. You guys remember when they had that option? I just thought about that the other day. Like, damn, they even implemented this shit into video games. I just totally forgot about it. People are probably going on career mode. I remember playing that, man, but me, I will always pick whoever got me up the rankings fast because, I'm playing career mode. I don't give a damn how much money my character was accumulating. I just wanted to fight the next highest rated guy to move up the ranks and start fighting like Holyfield and all those guys that were on the game. You know what I'm saying? But I just thought about that though, man. But they're implementing like the business side into video games. Let me see here. M. Reynolds, what's good, brother? He says, Mr. Boxer, my guy, what's up? Chilling, man. L-File player. Hold on. Let me get to let me see. Hold on. I think I missed hold up. AZ says, well, Joshua's fighting for legacy. Money follows that. Chill Ball says, I'd rather them build this fight up more. Summer 2020. Corley Boxing says, CB Sports, salute. Roz Clock 222 says, I wanted to see Wilder versus Fury rematch. Yes, I did. I think that was I know people was getting on me. Oh, no, but you said you wanted undisputed. You're a hypocrite. Yeah, but I also didn't fucking throw him that. I also didn't know that they were going to have a draw. You know what I mean? I wasn't expecting a draw to come up either. I hate draws. Man, I hate draws, man. I want them shits to be ran back immediately just so there's no discrepancies or no. I hate draws. Although, if Wilder and AJ were to fight, if they both beat Brazil and Miller, if they were to fight, get undisputed, and then fight Fury, that fight would be big as well, especially if it was AJ, because he'll be fighting Fury for the first time, or if it was Wilder, because it'll be a rematch, so on and so forth. But I wanted that rematch to happen first. Like, May 18th should have been Wilder Fury. You dig what I'm saying? In my opinion. L-File player says, were you a fighter, Mr. Boxer, today too? No, I wasn't. I didn't take any pro fights. I didn't have no lengthy amateur career, nothing like that. What I did was, bro, I played ball coming up, basketball, went to college, got a scholarship, free education. Was playing ball my last year in college. Stopped playing ball in 2000 or 2003. Um, had some overseas stuff lined up. The money, okay, just fast forward all that. So I stayed working out, playing basketball, and then about 2009, 10, something like that, I wanted to switch up the way I, work out. So I started going to a gym. Always was a big boxing fan, so it kind of just went hand in hand. You know what I mean? So it's like, man, I'm gonna use boxing to work out. You know what I mean? So I started doing that. Started going to the gym in started going to the gym in early 2010. And then I started sparring, I want to say spring of 2010. And my first sparring, man, the first time I sparred, I would not recommend this for nobody, man. But me just being a competitor, being a grown ass man in a gym full of young guys, you know what I mean? I decided that my first sparring matches were going to be against guys that were pros, you know what I mean? And it was pretty rough. I didn't get knocked down. Got my nose busted, got my jaw busted up pretty good. I fought, and I've explained this many times, but since you asked me, I don't believe you know this, but I sparred Robert Brandt, who's at the middleweight. He bust my nose pretty bad. I'm gonna keep it real. He was a highly rated amateur at the time. At that time, he was rated #1 at light heavyweight, and he was looked at as the Olympic hopeful going into 2012. But he didn't make the games, and as you guys know, he's having a lot of success right now. Shouts out to Robert Brandt. And it's funny, hey, shouts out to Rob, man, because he had confirmed that story that I just told you on BWTM. Shouts out to Ingram, because Ingram asked him about it. And I didn't know Rob knew my YouTube channel. I didn't think he even fucking remember who I was. You know what I mean? Because that was a long fucking time ago. And it's not like we hung out, we were friends. We just seen each other at the gym for months and months and months at a time. But yeah, shouts out to Rob, man. But yeah, did that. Then also sparred Javante Starks, and I sparred a lot of other super heavyweight guys that were in the gym too. So had some good times and bad times in the gym, but I never was knocked out, never was knocked down. I bust some guys up in the gym, and I got busted up as well in the gym. So yeah, that's why I have a lot of respect for these guys. That's why me personally, just me, even though some of the guys I follow and I respect and are my brothers, I don't get into the continuity of he's a bitch, he's a hoe. I get why people say what they say, and I understand where they're coming from, but just me personally, being in there, man, getting hit in the mouth and just knowing how hard this sport is, I got nothing for respect for these guys, man. You dig what I'm saying? At the end of the day, regardless of the business of boxing, I have respect for these fighters. You dig what I'm saying? So, but that's just me though, man. But yeah, a long ass response to I didn't have no career or anything like that, but I have sparred a lot. All right, story time with Mr. Boxer today. Damn. I know I'm long-winded, y'all, but I get real excited talking about fights, man, and just fighting and just boxing, period, man. All right, let me see. I ran my mouth. I forgot where the fuck I was. Let me see. Mia Dan says, no, bro, it was pay-per-view because Fury against Brazil, he can't sell it as pay-per-view, so no. Well, yeah, you need a good dance partner, bro. Now, are there some guys that can get on pay-per-view fighting the milkman? Yeah. Mike Tyson used to do it all the time. This motherfucker got out and fought Peter McNeely. And yes, raise my hand. We bought it. We bought the fight. Actually, I was living in Nevada at that time. So my uncles and them went to the fight. But yeah, I remember that. I remember that fight night. You dig what I'm saying? So yeah, if you have one of them motherfuckers Mike Tyson was a super fucking star. But Wilder is very popular, man. But Mike Tyson also didn't fight everything on pay-per-view. Remember when he fought Buster Mathis? Guess what network Mike here in the States fought Buster Mathis on? My old heads. I know y'all remember this. Remember he fought him on Fox. You guys remember the commercial? Mike Tyson, free against Buster Mathis Jr. Like that shit, we couldn't believe he was fighting on Fox. So, you know, and that's throwback, man. Mike Tyson, Buster Mathis on Fox. Y'all remember that? Let me see here. Tone Banger says, salute. Mark Stanton says, okay, he's talking to AZ. Roz Cloud 22 says, 50 mil was a BS offer to me. You talking about the 50 mil for AJ, bro? If that's what you're talking about, the reason, oh, I know what you mean. What, you don't think it was real? I think it was real, bro. But James Coleman said, and there was people confirming it was real. Now, if you want to count those people as reliable, I guess that's, that's on you. James Coleman says, Mr. Boxing, like I've been telling you, bruh, you need your own show. I appreciate that, man. Yes, you have been telling me that for shit like a year now. Roz Clot 222 says, this era of heavyweights is garbage to me. I really don't give a show about the division. Hey, man, there is some BS going on, Roz Clot, and I know, Roz Clot, you are a historian, bro. I respect your opinion a lot. You know how me and you do been knowing. Man, we've been knowing each other, what, like damn near 10 years online, bro. So I know you like the best fights, bro. I know you want some, you know what I'm saying, Hagler Hearns type shit, some, you know what I mean, Ali Frazier. I get, and bro, I do too. You dig what I'm saying? But I do think there has been some really good fights, man. I just think, Ross Clapp, when we walk away from this era in the next 8-9 years, God willing that we're all still here, and we converse about this, I guarantee y'all, we're going to look back and say, hey, man, they did give us some good fights. Now, there are still some fights out there to be desired, right? AJ, Fury, Wilder, yes, there are still some fights out there, and we have a plethora of guys coming up as well. But what I'm saying is we have gotten some good fights. Klitschko and my man Anthony Joshua had a classic. Wilder Ortiz was a good one. Wilder Fury was a good one. The Whyte Chisora fights were good. Dominic Brazil versus Israel Gona was a barn burner. Pavek and Itakum to me was a damn good fight. There's been some good ones, man. You know what I mean? Ortiz Jennings was a good little scrap. Dillian Whyte Joshua was another good one. I thought Kownacki and Martin was a good one. I mean, now some of you see, I don't know, maybe I'm just too much of a heavyweight head, and I just I like a lot of these fights, man. I know we overlook them and, oh yeah, whatever, and I should tell you the truth, bro, even though they're favored heavily, I think that Brazil and Wilder does have, now it may end by a crucial knockout, but it has everything to make for an exciting fight. Probably not the fight that you're clamoring for. And I think style-wise, Miller and AJ have the ingredients to make an interesting, good fight that can be memorable. So we have got some good fights, but there's more to be desired. So I get where you're coming from with that. Roz Clot 22, let me see. Let's see. Roz Clot, I totally agree with you, bro. You says the fight was a draw on paper. I want to see a rematch now. That's how I feel. We can sit here all day and say, he lost the fight. Well, he really won the fight. Just be honest. No, it's a draw. You know what I mean? That's why I hate draws, man. Let me see here. AZ says, AJ gave Wilder all he wants, and Wilder still refusing to fight. He wants more money. AZ, what I'm thinking is, bro, I think that Wilder's looking at it like, man, if I beat you, and some people are just saying, nope, doesn't matter. He's just over the 100 million, the 120 million, whatever it is. He's overpaying them anyways. Okay, you can have that thought, but what I'm thinking is Wilder's looking at it like his team, collectively, they're all looking at it like they're all on one accord about it, looking at it like, look, man, if we win this first fight against AJ, why the fuck would we take the same dollar amount going into the rematch with AJ if we won the first one? So going to the first fight, get 40 million. If we were to beat him, going to the second fight and still get 40 million? I mean, bro, if you think that's all good and that's cool, great. I just don't. And let's flip it around. Let's say it's AJ. I still think that's weird too. If AJ was to go in there and beat, and see, let's say AJ's deal is 50. Okay, let's just say AJ, the deal they're trying to give to him is more than Wilder's, right? Let's say that they're going to give him 60 million in the first fight versus Wilder. And if he beats Wilder, he'll go into the second fight getting 60 million again. No, especially if Wilder's claiming what they're worth and they think they deserve more. Okay, if I beat you, just know going to the second fight, I'm going to be the complete ace side. I'm going to make way more money because I beat you. How the fuck we going to make the same amount going into the second fight? Especially if the first fight lives up to the hype and it's a barn burner and and all this success, and it's now the like I said, the money's in the rematch sometimes. So now going into the next one, you know what? We're going to miss out on all that because we signed this dumbass contract that says I'm going to make the same amount as last time. As a fan, hey man, take that deal. Let's just get the fight. But as businessmen, that don't make sense, y'all. Come on. I don't know, man. Let's see here. Tone Banger says, at this point, you're arguing with casuals begging for attention, Mr. Box today. You know what? I'll probably listen back to this, man, be like, damn, why I keep talking about that? But I'll just keep seeing the same, y'all are asking me the same questions over and over, man. So if it, maybe this, I don't know, on archives, I might be like, man, why do I keep talking about that? But you guys are keep asking me the same questions. All right, so Mark Stanton says, who is AJ to give money to Wilder with his secondhand Fury belts? This has been what's wrong with Matchroom and AJ's attitude from the beginning. I think that they want to dictate because they know how popular he is in the UK. And I just think they're a little off with his what they perceive him to be here in the US. So I think his team think that they can go anywhere in the world and just dictate. And maybe I know there are a lot of parts in the world they can go and do that. But here, especially when it's Deontay Wilder, they're not just going to have their way like that. Regardless if you think that they should, or you don't think he deserves, or you don't, and that's fine what you think, but I don't believe that it can happen like that. AZ says that Mortal Kombat code was funny. Yeah, man, that shit was funny as hell. That man said, I'm going to punch. He told Virgil, hey, man, I don't punch to him. I'm going to punch through him. He said, I'm going to grab his brain out his head like Mortal Kombat. Hey, shout out to Virgil. That is a cool brother, man. His demeanor, that he didn't even look at Wilder. He was just looking straight. Just cool, calm, and collected. Like, he ain't getting involved in that shit. He trying to, but I think he's trying to be an example for Brazil. See, Virgil, I've been watching him for years, man, and he leads by example. So he's not gonna get emotional and do all that shit and get all hyped and out of character and all that. And I've seen him speak up in voice himself with the Kovalev thing. I remember when he got up and spoke. Now they didn't let the trainer speak. Did they let? No, I don't think the trainer spoke in this one. So it's not like he was avoiding a interview, but so yeah, I can't really say that because in this presser they didn't even ask the trainers anything. I don't believe they did. But I have heard Virgil talk though. You know what I mean? When he was getting on John David Jackson with that whole Kovalev thing. I remember that presser. You know what I mean? But yeah, Wilder had me cracking up yesterday, man. He had me cracking up because Wilder's so country the way he talks, because my family, because I'm originally from Chicago and we moved up to the Minnesota, but my family, my grandma on my mom and them side, my mom and them, they're from Mississippi. So I grew up with that country twang and hearing it in my family. And then on my father's side, them grandparent or my grandma, she from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. So I grew up hearing that twang, man. So when he talks, that's when people like when Brazil said, "Oh, I needed a slang dictionary" and all that old cornball shit he said. And then he said something that's completely against the guy code. And I fucks with Dom. I like Dom, man. I like Dominic Brazil. But when he said, yeah, your boys can't get in the ring with you, not your punk ass brother. Hey, Dom was trying to talk a little bit of shit. It didn't sound convincing at times, but he was trying to talk a little shit back. But when he said, not your boys or your side chicks, huh? I was like, side chicks? I'm like, no, bro, that's against the man code, bro. Like, even if you is talking shit, like you can't, and I'm not saying Wilder has side chicks, you know what I mean? But I'm just like, nah, bro, you can't be that. I'm gonna tell your girl head ass, you know what I mean? Like, you snitching, man, like side chicks. Like, come on, bro. You know he got a woman, man. Don't be. I'm gonna tell your girl on you. Like, that's how that came across to me, man. But some animosity there though. Definitely some animosity there. But yeah, when Wilder also said yesterday, when the dude, I know I said it before, but when dude was asking him about skills, and Wilder's like, man, I got a dangerous skill. You know what I mean? He said, I got a dangerous skill, the knock your ass out skill. That should have me cracking up, man. All right, let's see here. Roz Clot says Brazil don't know how to sell a fight for shit. Man, I wish his selling a fights approach was like the way he approaches 99% of his fights, which is being aggressive and come, you know what I mean? So I think he'll make up for that by at least giving it his best effort in the ring. I just don't think it's going to be enough. But he's trying though. I think he's doing the best that, Dominic Brazil can do as far as trying to sell a fight. But maybe he'll start heating it up, man. Or maybe he'll start heating up. You know what I mean? Because I know the camera's gonna be around and there'll be videos and fight camp footage. And I know I'll be throwing some things up, and I'm sure everybody will be giving him an interview, and things will start heating up. Arjun Gunlepi was good, bro. He says no matter who everyone is a fan of, as in Wilder or AJ, that fight needs to happen fast. Yes, I agree. And I'm a fan of both. I just don't I am a fan of both of these guys, man. I really am. I will be rooting for Wilder if they fought. I'm not gonna lie to you. You know what I mean? Just like I was rooting for Fury when they fought. But I can still sit down and give a breakdown of the fight and leave my bias aside and really give a breakdown of the fight. You dig what I'm saying? But I'm not gonna lie to anybody. Just like there's people out there that's gonna be going for Fury that's on this channel right now. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. Just when we break down the fight though, let's try to use some real logic. You know what I mean? Um, yeah. Chill Ball says if Fury felt he won the rematch, would have been made immediately. Just like if AJ felt he could have beat Wilder, the fight would have happened. Yeah, especially when I guess people will argue that on both ends though, because if you use that logic, then people will say, well, if Wilder think he can beat him, then he should just take the deal no matter what, blah, blah, then we'll just be going in circles. But I understand what you're trying to say. Rohan Brown says, who do you think Dillian Whyte should fight next? That's a good one, bro. Adam Kownacki be a good one, but I don't know how legit that is happening. Another low key fight. I know a lot of fans may say, who the hell is that? But hey, I think Ajay Cabell would be a good little fight because Cabell beat Derek Chisora. Um, he just beat Radinko. I think Cabell's a decent little fighter. Remember, he was the one that beat Chisora because that Whyte, well, for Chisora, both of his Whyte fights, he had Ajay Cabello sandwiched between, and he actually lost to Cabello, and Cabello's undefeated right now. He's the EBU champion. Not that, that means anything in the grand scheme of things, but he has a European title. You know what I mean? So he had so I like to see him fight Ajay Cabello. I think that'd be a good scrap. Um, but shit, Andrew Ruiz Jr. I mean, anybody that you can name, bro. I would love to see him fight. Andrew Ruiz Jr., Adam Kownacki, Alexander Povetkin. Povetkin came off a loss though, but Luis Ortiz is another one. You know what I mean? There's a lot of guys I like to see Whyte in there with. But preferably somebody that's coming in off a win. So I know I said Povetkin, but somebody coming off a win, but pretty much anybody. But Cabello is one that I want to just throw in there as kind of a sleeper pick. You know what I mean? Oscar Rivas is another one, you know? David Moran says, Gorman is my fave potential coming up. Good all-arounder. What you think, man? Good body puncher, good technique, good fundamentals. He has a good, foundation as far as like the basic skill set, hands up. When you throw the left hook to the body from orthodox, he leans over, digs into the shot. When he throws a right hook to the body, he leans into the shot. You can tell Ricky Hatton is teaching him well with his the way he's setting up his punches, his head movement. Good, decent hand speed. You know what I mean? He's one of the few guys that I've seen that be able to handle Kamil Sokolowski. Not that Sokolowski is some top heavyweight, but I've seen guys struggle against him. Lucas, I thought he just beat Lucas Brown, man. He dropped Lucas Brown. I thought he deserved a decision, and I thought he beat David Price as well. But when I think Gorman fought him twice. I think he stopped. I think he stopped him. I think they fought twice and Gorman stopped him once. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I like Gorman. I want to see him and Dubois. You know what I mean? I really want to see that one, man. Some fans are saying, no, you know, Frank Warren's not going to do that. Why would he match him? Shit, the same reason Hearn wanted to match Whyte versus Joshua. Because if you really are as good as you say you are, even if you lose, you should still be able to bounce back. And I don't even have to go all the way in the back to the 90s and 80s and 70s and 60s. I can come up with an example from the UK country right now, Dillian Whyte. He lost to Joshua, still bounced back, and still talked about, and hasn't lost since then. And it's picked up some notable victories. You know what I'm saying? So don't necessarily mean that whoever loses that fight, it's over with for them. It just means that the other guy got the upper hand and they beat him that night. But if you are who you think you are, then you should be able to bounce back. Let me see here. There's a super chat. Let me get to that, man. I can't even find a motherfucker. Oh, the Cali Enigma Sports, bro. I appreciate that. He says your video is running behind. All right, we're back. And I was on a damn super chat, so let me get back to that. Shouts out to Cali Enigma. Let me try to find it again. Damn. It disappeared, bro. Shit. Appreciate that, Cali. The damn thing disappeared when I reconnected, man. But yeah, shout out to the LDBC for sure. Let me see here. Damn, man. So that means the other comments are going too? All right, y'all. I'm way, because now that I have to reconnect, I'm way off. Let me see. So right now it has me on KNM84. He says because Showtime is keeping him away from AJ, and he in turn is keeping Then alive by not going to DAZN. But bro, that fight, they don't necessarily have to be on DAZN to make the fight. If anything, it could be a joint venture. Look, man, if you got to sign a motherfucking 3-fight deal and get all like that just to get this fight, that means DAZN is trying to, you know, they're positioning to try to get Wilder on their roster, and that's cool because that's good for what? Their business. But for Wilder, he wants to remain free. He wants to do like a fight by fight or something like that. Or if you are going to lock him in on a deal like that, you're going to really have to come out your pocket for it. Not so much just for just AJ, just for the fact that you're trying to lock me into something that I really kind of skeptical about being locked into. But I don't think it has to be necessarily on show. Like Wilder and their team, I haven't heard anything about them saying, all right, AJ, for you to fight us, man, you have to be locked into a 3-fight deal and locked into this and locked in. They should just be able to come up with something that's going to lock them in the fight and then lock them into a rematch or something like that. But just that, but 3-4 fights and all that, I don't, look, man, get locked into one fight first. You know what I mean? Before we trying to lock in the 3-4 fights. But DAZN is doing, they're making their pitch. You know what I mean? They're trying to sell their product to Wilder. They want him. You know what I mean? They know what he means to the division. So they're making their pitch right now. And right now, according to Wilder and his team, they're pitching underhanded. They're looking for fastballs. As my uncle used to say, they really asking for it, though. That's another story. Anthony Willis says, Tone Bangers, not everyone wants to accept one view, but like discussing all perspectives, may as well listen to a radio otherwise. Nah, Anthony, I know you're talking to Tone, but nah, I like all perspectives as well. You know what I mean? That's why I'm gonna try to set this up. I'm gonna take a page from BFTB and my man Cali Enigma. I'm gonna try to figure out a way, man, where I can get y'all on where we can go ahead and discuss it and chop it up together, man. Because this whole notion here on YouTube is if we don't agree, then some people take this shit way too personal, man. They be taking this shit to heart. I'm not going to listen to you again. I'm not going to talk to you again. Like, gee, over boxing. AZ says if Wilder gets referee help in Brazil fight, then we know why he only fight for Showtime. AZ, boy, you are cynical, man. It's all good, man. James Coleman said, Mr. Boxing, when I spar, he said, when I spar, I go through the whole gym. That's what's up, man. I haven't sparred in a while, man. The next oldest brother to me, he's younger than me, but my next oldest brother, about 29. I sparred him But when he come over and we work out together, we just spar to the body. You know what I mean? We don't try to, you know what I mean? He about to mess up my handsome face, man. We, you know, I ain't nah. But we just do body sparring. You know what I mean? And we'll go probably 15, 20 minutes straight. And that shit is taxing, man. Like that is a tough workout. I know one day we did it and we had I turned the area heater on and we were just drenched, man. That shit's a good workout, man. We were really busting each other up, but that was a good one. But as far as like full-fledged sparring, I haven't done that in quite a while. Let me see here. All right, Ajahn Gunsby says, enjoyed the chat, big man. Peace and blessings to everyone in the chat. Got to head out. Appreciate that. The Cali Enigma says, yeah, I remember. He says, UK AJ fans laughing out loud. Easy Band says, do PBC Finko have an illegal hold on Wilder? Hashtag Ali Act. What to make you think that, bro? Like, why do you ask that? Chrissy Brown says, Easy Band's talking sense. AZ says, I believe AJ has fans outside of UK, but I could be wrong. Yeah, well, yeah, I think there, you know, he has some fans in Germany, you know, has some fans here, there, you know, yeah, but I don't think his love is as deep as it is in the UK everywhere else. I hope Hearn, you know, isn't trying to go with the preconceived notion that it's like that everywhere, because it's not. Only, man, it's rare for a person to really be loved damn near everywhere, to get that Mike Tyson, Ali type of, you know, to make people gravitate towards them like that, man. And just because you sell out a stadium doesn't mean that you're loved like that everywhere. It just means that you're able to sell out a stadium in your home country, and you know what I mean. You guys are, you know, the tickets don't cost that much, and a lot of people, the UK support theirs. You know what I mean? They'll come out no matter who you're fighting, and it's just a different. The atmosphere there is different. Don't necessarily mean it's better. To some people, it is better, but it's definitely different. You dig what I'm saying? Man, I'm getting blown up right now with these phone calls. Let me see here. Yo. Oh, okay. Hey, I'm live right now. I'm live right now. All right. Damn, wife came. I'm like, I just hear my alarm saying front door open. Somebody's about to get a Larry Holmes jab, man. All right, let me see here. Damn, lost where I'm at. Okay. Let's see. Roz Clot says, salute, fam. I'm too stuck in the old school, bro. Yes, I agree. We do have good fights today. And I totally get it, Roz Clot. That's why sometimes, man, I get kind of frustrated with some of these things not happening. That's why I take breaks sometimes. And I got other stuff going on too as well. But you know what I mean? But yeah, man, you know how I am about the old school. I came on YouTube talking old school stuff. So I definitely appreciate the old school way, the old school ways and what they brought to us. But we are getting some good fights here. I just think we want the AJ and Wilder fight so bad, we kind of just dismiss some of the great fights at heavyweight that we have had since just since post Klitschko era. You know what I mean? I think we kind of overlook it. Well, if you include the Klitschko Joshua fight, but I think we overlook it though. Tone Banger says, hold on, let me see. Don Hearn says, who do you think the undefeated heavyweight matchroom is signing next? In my opinion, I think it's Kownacki. Ooh, it could be, bro. It could be. We will see. You know what I mean? I know Hearn got Philippe Herkovic. I definitely didn't see that one coming. You know what I mean? I'll talk to you like it all. Let me see. Tone Banger says, AJ fans are ignorant cucks. Oh, he's going in right now. He says, all they care about and know about is home team and have the nerve to challenge others' boxing knowledge. Yeah, they go over the top, man. You know what I mean? They go over the top, but extreme fans though just go over the top, period. EM Serrano says, great heavyweight card in Ohio. not that long ago. Cabello Joyce is a great fight if it happens. Yeah, there was a good card in Ohio. That was the card with all the well, yeah, some prospects on it with Himia George Arias. Who else was on there? Himia George Arias, Junior Five, and Stephen Shaw. And I was surprised that Shaw got that knockout over Donovan Dennis too. Um, Good win for Stephen Shaw, definitely. And you say Cabello Joyce is a great fight if it happens. Yeah, I like that fight as well. I'll favor Cabello in that fight. I think Cabello is underrated, man. I really do. KNM84 says it's already been proven AJ is more known in America than Wilder. How has that been proven, bro? When ESPN just came out with the thing, damn. Don't quote me in stone, but Wilder was 34th most known athlete in the world, and AJ was like, yeah, it was Wilder at 30 something. I don't have it in front of me. It was Wilder at 30 something, and then Fury was right behind him, and then AJ was way at 63. So, bro, I don't like. Okay, how's it been proven? Let's look. Just answer me that, bro. How has it been proven? Let me see here. Anthony Willis says, Mr. Boxing, what is the precedence on these rematch purses? I have no idea, bro. I don't know any details about the rematch purses. Easy Band says, Mr. Boxing, what are the chances PBC Finkel are transgressing the Ali Act with Wilder? I mean, what are you getting at, bro? Just say what you're trying to get at, or you really just ask me that straight up, because it seemed like you have, a response, a rebuttal already waiting for that. But if that's what you think they're doing, if they're taking advantage of him or whatever, bro, that, it is what it is, man. I think they're guiding them in the right direction. Another phone call. D Obi and Newly, what's good, man? D Obi and Newly in the building. The Cali Enigma Sports ENT says most of these people have never attended a fight. Is that true, y'all? Have y'all never attended a fight? D Obi Newly says, don't worry about who is AJ. Take that fight and knock AJ out. Yeah, and then you can say, I guess we can go back and forth with that one, man. Mr. Boxer Day 2 says, I just rewatched Vitali and Areola, and I agree it was funny and impressive how Vitali moved there for a big guy. Yeah, I appreciate you going back and checking that out, man. Yeah, that was crazy watching Vitali, the way he was moving in the ring. It was just so awkward seeing a big guy being able to move backwards like that, man. He just looked awkward doing it, but it was very effective. It didn't look beautiful. It didn't look as crafty as, Ali. You know what I mean? Here. It didn't look as crafty or as graceful as Ali, but it was damn sure just as effective. You know what I mean? Let me see here. Chrissy Brown says, casual fans won't find this, in my opinion. Casuals don't usually look into small YouTube boxing live streams. Okay. I don't know what that, bro. Look, man, you call it what you want to, man. Small live stream, big live stream. I'm just a fan, bro. So if they find it, they do. If they don't, they don't. Mixed Stroke of Vision says, all the belts secondhand, laugh out loud. This the shit that kill me. AJ the only one with secondhand belts, laugh out loud. AZ says secondhand belts is a corny term. Okay, so I guess my man Mixed Stroke of Vision and AZ going at it. Tone Banger says, at the Cali Enigma and Sports ENT agree. Chrissy Brown says, does country mean illiterate? Oh boy. So what you're doing now, bro, is I just explained to you. See, bro, this is where, the little smug type of attitude comes in with y'all sometimes, man. Now, I just explained to you that I'm used to that country type of accent because I have, my family is from Mississippi and the other side of my family is from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. So now what you're turning this into is, I have illiterate people in my family as well. You dig what I'm saying? So no, bro, country, it just means your accent. Don't mean you're illiterate. It just means your accent, man. Yeah, it has nothing to do with, knowing how to read or knowing how to add numbers or, no, bro, it's just your accent, a country accent. You dig what I'm saying? It's so funny how like we just the way we view things from other sides of the world, man. But no, it doesn't. It's just like when I hear people calling Wilder a hillbilly, and I'm sitting there like, black folks, we don't call other black folks hillbilly. Like that's what white folks call each other. That's from the South. Black folks, we just say country. You talk country, you know, instead of saying hair, her. You know what I mean? But don't mean you're stupid. Some of the most successful motherfuckers I know are from the South and have country twang to their accent. Don't mean you're illiterate, man. My grandmother, one of the most prudent people that I know, and she taught country as hell. She's not a dumb woman by any stretch. You dig what I'm saying? So come on, man. Dio Manuli says, to be fair, Vlad is better than Stavern. Yeah, that's not even a debate. Tone Banger says Virgil is legend. James Coleman says his side girl. Yeah, bro, he gonna say that his side girl. Man, what the hell? I'm gonna tell your girl on you. Like, the fuck? Let me see here. JD says that dress Wilder was wearing was against the man code. Oh, you talking about that long jacket he had on? Now, I think what's more against the man code is somebody saying out public, yeah, don't bring your side chicks when you know that dude has a girlfriend, bro. Like that's against the man code. I'm gonna tell your girl on you. And again, Brazil is just talking shit. So I don't want nobody to put it out there. Like, I don't know what the fuck Wilder does on his side, you know what I mean? But what I'm saying is for another man to bring that up, whether you're going at it or not, publicly is kind of corny. At least on this side of the pond. That shit's corny. Let me see here. Okay. See, I don't, okay, that's all right, AZ. Now you're going somewhere left, bro. But it is what it is. You say, laugh out loud, Wilder dressed like a chick. Okay. D. Newly says, Brazil about to get murdered by Wilder. Tone Banger says, okay, he's going at Chrissy Brown, dude. L File Player says, AZ, you sound like a real herb and a young teenager. D. Newly says, shaking my head, men wearing dresses. I didn't see nobody wearing a dress, but yeah, it was a jacket, but you know, they don't hear them talking shit. Let me see here. Count Drago says, fact is on Showtime, both Manny, Floyd, and McGregor all made over 100 million in one fight. I think Wilder vs. Joshua has that potential. Yes, and I think both guys should go into this thinking like that. The fighters, not damn what their managers and all that is saying too, but they should be knowing like, man, on that ESPN list, 3 heavyweights was on that list as far as the most popular athletes in the world right now. 3. That lets you know that the heavyweight division is back. Had they made this list years ago, as far as the heavyweights, maybe Vladimir Klitschko would have been on there because he is popular across the pond and in Germany on that side. That's why he left HBO, because the American fans, and that's another example. He was over here, people didn't want to, I wanted to watch him, but I was like one of a small percent of people. That's why Klitschko was like, man, we're going to take our business elsewhere. We're fucking stars in Germany. And then when they went to Germany, sellouts. I mean, laser light shows. Like the Klitschko brothers has some of the dopest light shows and introductions and holograms. And man, they had all types of shit going on. I was sitting back like, damn, it's lit over there. I did not know it was like that for them until they went over there. Then when you did see their fights, I had to go on YouTube and watch them. Or let's say HBO did carry a fight. I know they carried the David Haye fight, because, you know, Haye can speak English and he can sell and he had a good record and people thought there was a chance that a glimmer of hope that he can beat Klitschko and things like that. But when they were on HBO, people didn't really want to watch it. And I believe Vladimir fought on Showtime once too. Did he fight Devarel Williamson on Showtime? One of my old heads, man, I think Vladimir fought him on Showtime before. But so what I'm saying is, right now the heavyweight division is popular right now, especially Wilder, AJ, and Fury. So use that to the fullest, man. Use that to the fullest. And I know Canelo's popular, and you know there's some other popular fighters, but right now it's about the heavyweights, man. So make that heavyweight money. Floyd and Oscar, yes, they had their run, and Pacquiao and Canelo, but you know, I think right now is a good time for it to cross back over to the heavyweights as far as the guys that's making the top purses. I think it's about that time. Now, I'm speaking from a heavyweight bias as well, but I just think based on their popularity and right now, man, right now it's about Wilder, AJ, Fury. Is that talk right now? That's what everybody's talking about right now. So, shit, even Dillian Whyte came to his senses like, man, hold on. I can make a little bit more money here. Like, hold on, like this is getting back, like the heavyweight division is back popular again. I should be getting more than what y'all are offering me for the AJ rematch. Look what Jarrell Miller was able to get. Now, some of you may say, oh, well, that's because it was his last option. Okay, regardless of how it got there, the end result is Jarrell Miller's walking away with some nice change. Did he, you know what I'm saying? And this is somebody that a lot of fans are saying he ain't beat nobody but bums. That's what a lot of people say, at least. That's, you know, that's what they say, at least. He ain't beat nothing but bums. And he's walking away with a nice check. So I think these guys are starting to realize, man, like, you know what I mean? Let's get this bread. Let me see here. Let me see. AZ says Cabell is lined up for Joyce. That's going to be a good one. L5 player says Cabell's a good fighter. Yes, I agree. Chrissy Brown says, haha, very mature fella. He is then, hold on. Oh, okay, yeah, very mature fella he is then. Laugh out loud. Slang is not my strong suit. Okay. D. Obanuli says it's a power thing. They don't want a fight of that magnitude to be on DAZN. That would make DAZN the main boxing broadcaster. Yes, it will bring a lot of revenue and attention to DAZN. Yes, it would. And Showtime knows this, and they want a part of this shit. So, yeah, I agree with you, bro. Just like when Lennox Lewis and Mike Tyson were going to get down. HBO was like, nah, Showtime, you're not about to just have all the rights and we're just left in the cold. Like, we've been carrying Lennox Lewis, you know what I mean? As far as him fighting on our platforms and our network. We want in on this, man. How the hell we just going to get left to the side when a huge fight like this is going to happen? And then, you know, Showtime wasn't going to budge as well. Sometimes these guys got to come together and make the fights. When it's this big and both networks or apps, whatever, felt as if they put a lot in to that fighter, they want to get the rewards as well. They're not going to say, here, you guys have the fight. You know, you guys started a new app here. Just, you know, just have the fight. Just like DAZN is going to be like, hey, man, we're trying to get, you know, we attached our name to Anthony Joshua. Like, we want in on this too. They can sit down and get this done, y'all. They can sit down and get it done. It's just a matter of just getting it done. EM Serrano says the Russian that KO'd in the Olympics, Wilder, is starting to make some noise. Be cool to see them go at it again. All right, let me just correct you real quick, bro. He didn't KO him in the amateurs, or I'm sorry, he didn't KO him in the Olympics. The guy that stopped him, his name is Evgeny Romanov. He just actually beat Dylan Carmen in the first round, blew him out, actually did a video about it. So shouts out to Evgeny Romanov. He actually beat him in just an international tournament, bro. And yes, it's on YouTube. In the Olympics, Wilder lost to, I want to say, Clemente Russo. And I believe Russo, that Olympics actually beat, I think he actually beat Wilder and Usyk in the Olympics that year. Somebody look it up real quick. I think he beat Wilder and Usyk in the Olympics that year. And that's one thing people forget too. Wilder competed at heavyweight in the Olympic, or in the amateurs, you know, in the Olympics. That's actually cruiserweight. So actually Wilder was a cruiserweight in his amateur days. But yeah, shouts out to Evgeny Romanov. I like his style, man. Come forward, high guard, good tight defense, has a good overhand right and left hook. You know what I mean? About to take him for a walk. Yeah. me see here. And yes, we named the damn dog after a boxer. Rocky. Remember when I brought it up and I had the kids vote on it? I brought up Tyson, Ali. As soon as I said Rocky, yep, Rocky. Everybody voted on it. So I'm like, damn, I was wishing they was picking another fighter, but yeah, that's how we named. And there's a million fucking dogs named Rocky, right? But I did really get it from Rocky Marciano though. But it was like 5 heavyweights I brought up. Frazier was another one. The kids picked Rocky. All right, anyways. Nathan says Gorman versus Kevin Johnson. Kevin Johnson gonna make him work, be real slippery. Is that who he's fighting, bro? Because I know Gorman, if you guys seen those videos I put up, Christopher Lovejoy was saying that he was going to fight Gorman. I know Fabio Maldonado was going to be his opponent, or he is his opponent. I got to do some work on that, but it came out that Christopher Lovejoy is not fighting Nathan Gorman. I came out with a video saying that it was possible, and Lovejoy is making it, he was putting it out there like they were going to fight this Saturday. Then he came out with a video that I also uploaded talking about how the fight is called off, and according to him, in his point of view, he thinks that Gorman is spooked and he's scared. That's, you guys can watch that video. It's up there. All right. So is that who he's fighting now, or is he still fighting Fabio Maldonado? Because then they were saying Fabio Maldonado was going to pull out of that one to go fight Alexander Teslenko, who's another undefeated prospect. Yeah, D. Obley Newly, go to my, or you can do it right now, or after you're done on here, listen to this. Go and watch the video that I put, and it's I put up is Christopher Lovejoy explaining what happened from his point of view. It's actually him talking. So go check that out, bro. Shinobi, let me see. Shinobi OMG says, hold on, let me. All right. Nathan says, be a good fight, Whyte versus Kownacki. Yes, it will be, man. Barn burner. L-File player says, I think Gorman beats Dubois today. Man, I'll probably favor Dubois, man. Because I think he can possibly be able to outbox him. I think he can outbang him. But if Dubois can't take it to the body, he could be in trouble. All right. D. Obley Newly says Gorman didn't pull out. Okay. Yeah, bro, I got to go. As soon as I get off this, I'm going to look up some boxing news and go to, go see what's up with that, man, to see what would happen. Let me see here. Easy Band says, should an advisor boxing platform be allowed to have this much control to make a grown-ass man turn down a guaranteed $120 million? I think that they should be prudent thinkers when it comes to accepting deals. And if they know that there's more money on the table to be made from their estimations and calculations, I think they'll be doing him a disservice by taking a deal when they know there's more money to be made, and they need to sit down again to look over these numbers again and come to to even making more money, or the money they feel as if that they deserve, and that's what's out there. That's what I think they should do. So that's my opinion on it. If you think that he's a grown-ass man and he should take that money, that's your opinion, bro. Like, bro, I'm not here to change your mind, fam. I'm just giving my opinion. You gave yours. It's like that. If you think I'm making excuses, that's fine as well. But my thing is, if you're a manager or you're running his career or whatever, you know what I'm saying? You sit down and say, hey, man, there's way more money in this fight than this. This deal is bullshit. And here's the reasons why. And then they go over X, Y, and Z as the why. You know what I mean? Nathan says Dubois versus Larte, April 27th. Yep, I've done a video about that one. So go check that vid out, bro. But I've done a video about that one. I think Dubois is going to knock him out. Larte, he's from Ghana. He's a high guard, come forward guy. Wants to land the jab, straight right hand, left hook. He's not all that great going backwards. To me, his best thing is when he's fighting downhill, coming forward. He's able to let his right hand go. Yeah. So I got Dubois winning that one. I think he's going to end by knockout based on Larte. Unless he goes high guard and goes survival mode, but he wants to open up. And that's exactly what Dubois needs, is for him to try to open up. But the Duke, and from what I've seen, he hasn't beat high-level journeyman, but from what I've seen of the highlights of him, he can punch. But we'll see. But I'm going with Dubois on that one, bro. Let me see here. AZ says nobody's trying to lock Wilder. 3 fight deal is fair. It's fair to you. Maybe it's not fair to them. Maybe they don't look at it as fair. My bad. Maybe AZ, maybe they don't look at it as fair. You know what I mean? Somebody says free Wilder. He seems very free to me. Easy Band says free Wilder. Okay, so y'all think he's locked up. Okay. AZ says Romanov is only 6 feet tall, though. Yeah, he's a short heavyweight. But what I'm saying, AZ and Easy Bands, is why do you need a 3-fight deal to fight somebody one time? Now, if you're gonna lock in a rematch, that's cool as well. And I understand why DAZN wants a 3-fight deal to to put Wilder on the network. You can have it. Yeah. Damn, where was I at, man? Yeah, to showcase him on the network. It'll possibly, most likely, end by knockout. So now you got some footage to use that you guys own that you can put out there, and look at Deontay Wilder beat Brazil, and then you can run them highlights and all that type of stuff going into AJ versus my man Jarrell Miller. I get what they're trying to do and how they're trying to run their app. I get it. You dig what I'm saying? But maybe they just think there's a better deal out there for them. Just because you think it's a good deal, they don't think it's a good deal, and that's what's important to them. Let me see here. JD says hashtag free Wilder. Shit, man, I wish I was locked up like that then, because still making some good bread, man. AZ says, or I'm sorry, hold on. Cali Enigma says DAZN has no subscribers and no promotion. Yeah, I don't see it promoted at all, really. And I'm not a huge TV watcher, but when I am watching ESPN, or I don't see nothing about a DAZN. And I'm not trying to be funny. I'm not. Now, I have seen Anthony Joshua on a commercial. What the fuck was it for? Was it? But it wasn't he wasn't speaking in it, though. Was it the Dre Beats? It was another one. Was it Under Armour? It was one of these commercials where they had him and other athletes that's being used for that company. They were in the commercial, but nobody had a speaking role. And I seen AJ in that. That was a few months ago, but I don't see nothing about a DAZN. I don't see any of that. No billboards, no nothing. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I haven't seen any promotion for it. Only promotion I see for it is when I come on YouTube and uploaders talk about it. And I'm going to do another part 3, the Joshua versus Miller breakdown. All right, you guys have been following me. I made 2 breakdown videos of that fight. And yes, in each video, I'll bring up one thing and go in on that topic. Then let's have a discussion about it. But I'm going to get back to that. I'm going to do a breakdown on the bag as well. But only people I see promoting it is just fans on social media. Let me see here. Cali Enigma Sports and ENT says, I'm game. Mark Blake says, salute at Cali Enigma. Cali Enigma Sports ENT says, Herman Saucedo has an African heavyweight prospect that has serious power. What's his name, bro? EM Serrano says, I want AJ Wilder, but I understand Wilder's position. It went from 15 mil to 100 mil without AJ's share. Haiti One says, he says, let me see. He says, the question is, do you care more about how much Wilder is earning than you do about seeing the undisputed fight? Well, Haiti One, had you been following me, bro, since 2016, I've been begging for this fight, all right? Not to go too far in the past, but bro, I've been wanting to see this fight yesterday. Like, I've always wanted to see this fight. If you're asking me as a fan, bro, what do I care about most is I want to see the fight. I've been wanting to see the fight. I've been wanting to see the fight, and fans were coming to me saying he don't deserve it. I felt like I was in a fucking Twilight Zone. I'm like, huh? He don't deserve it? And then there was stuff like, well, who he beat? Well, he's the longest reigning current champion, and he like, what do you mean who he beat? And what was the other one that was being used? Oh, he needs to fight Whyte first. I'm not making this up, bro. I have hundreds of comments like this over the last 3 years. So to answer your question in totality, yes, I want to see the fight, bro. I told you from a fan's point of view, I want AJ and Wilder to take anything, just make the fight happen. But I know that that's not realistic. What I want to, and that's one thing I came to just realize, and I don't get it as pissed off no more when I make videos and I rant, you know what I mean? Is at the end of the day, man, all these fighters are going to try to make the best business decision. They'll try to give us the best fights, but they want things to be right on the business end. So yes, bro, like, come on, man, that's an ABC question, bro. Of course I want to see the fight. And yes, I want to, and no, I don't care about what they earn. But bro, people are asking me business questions. That's what I'm saying, y'all. You can't ask me a business question and then want me to just give a fan's answer. You dig what I'm saying, bro? Heady one. So yes, fan to fan. Yeah, bro, I want to see the fight so we can chop it up and do style breakdowns. Yes, hell yeah, I want to see the fight more than what they're going to make. And yes, but people are asking me these business questions, bro. So I got to give my opinion on it. Dan says the zone is throwing money on fighters just to make themselves known, even if they lose money in the process. And the smart fighters took advantage of that, like Canelo, Jacobs, Triple G, and AJ. And a lot of those guys probably I'm sure a lot of those guys were in negotiations. Or do you have any information that you can give me or any confirmation that they took the first thing that was thrown at them or the second thing that was thrown at them or the third thing? Who knows how long that AJ was in negotiations with those guys before he took the money? Who knows how long Triple G was in a negotiation with them before he took his deal, and Jacobs and Canelo? Or do you have information that they just, the first thing that was thrown at them, they took it? Like, do you have any information of this, bro? Or you just, you know what I'm saying? The Cali Enigma, okay, he's going with Heady one. Ivan Lewis says Dinu is a step down for Pulev. Yeah, I think he's going to stop Dinu. It could go to decision, but yes, that is a step down, especially since Dinu got steamrolled in his last fight against Jarrell Miller. He has some good spots and moments in the fight early, but yeah, that it is a step down. If he's just trying to stay busy, okay, but Pulev has he's he has gotten to the continuity of picking some guys to stay busy against, that you can say, a lot to be desired, but we'll see. Maybe Bogdan Dinu can revamp himself. Dinu wasn't a bad prospect. I actually did a prospect watch on Bogdan Dinu years ago, but he's not a bad fighter, man. I just think when he steps up, I'm not sure how he adapts to some of these heavy hitters in the division, though, man. But he's not a bad fighter. He was actually good. He was actually a good amateur as well. Let me see here. Joshua Sinclair says Hearn might be signing Gassiev as a heavyweight. Gassiev, very explosive puncher at cruiserweight. He's been in Deontay Wilder training camps. He's sparred Areola numerous times. Good power. Used to being in there sparring big heavyweights. Guys will be a little bit slower for him as far as him trying to land his punches. He is about 6'4", doesn't have an extremely long reach. Likes to put the high guard up and come forward, so he will be there to be hit as well. You know what I'm saying? But if he can get that left hook cracking, that man has a good left hook. Like I said, some of the guys will be slower as far as their movement, unless he's fighting Tyson Fury. But some of their movements will be slower, so he can really be able to tee off on guys. But in return, he's going to be there to be hit as well. So we'll see. Joshua Sinclair says Hearn might be okay. EM Serrano says the fight for Undisputed has bottlenecked the division and overshadowed. I think my kids are here. No. Yeah, my kids are here, y'all. Damn, y'all. Shit. All right, y'all. I like to hear about my kids' dates right when they come in, man. So we'll have homework and all this type of stuff. So Woolbag was good, bro. God of War, Diobli Newly, AZ. Let me see here. Appreciate all y'all showing up, man. But the kids just showed up, bro. So I got homework and all types of other stuff with the kids, man. So appreciate y'all being here. Okay, Kelly, you said or Nurito. Ooh, that's a hard one to pronounce, but I'm gonna definitely look him up, bro, because you know how I am with these prospects. You know what I mean? They could be in Saudi Arabia somewhere under a rock, and I'll find them. You dig? So I'm definitely gonna appreciate that, bro. Definitely gonna look him up, see what he's talking about, man. Probably throw some up on the channel about him. Vinyl Pugilist says the GGG negotiation started October of last year. Okay. Family first. Yes, indeed. Retros are die 79 boxing. And I think that's a good time to end it. Family is first. So I appreciate y'all, but y'all my boxing family, even though we disagree. We still family, right? All right, y'all, man. Until next time, I'm gone. Peace.